Hey y'all, welcome to another, this is going to be an editing video, I think. Now, I haven't posted an editing video in, it's been almost a year now since I posted one of these editing videos, and it's literally just because I don't have time. I have no time whatsoever to, I've been doing plenty of editing itself, but to just make these videos and just spend the little bit of extra time to just throw things together and throw it into the YouTube and even thumbnails and everything. I just don't have that kind of time. It's not a whole lot of time, but it's enough. And so I've been very busy this year. This was triggered by I was watching on my laptop the one of my early editing videos from a couple years ago came up on YouTube because I use a couple channels. And I was like, oh, I haven't done one of those in a while. And so now it's like 12:43 at night, but I don't have to get up super early tomorrow. So I figured I would just come on here and just scroll through some of these and just throw some edits together. So that is what we are going to do. Now keep in mind, I am editing on the iPad. Not the ideal editing setup, but it is much better than what I had been doing. I used to edit on my phone on Lightroom. And so everything you see that I posted up until about 2020 had been edited on my phone. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a progression. That's where I was at that point in my photography, and it wasn't a career yet. Now it is a career, it is what I do, it is my profession. So I have upgraded, beginning of this year, I upgraded to the iPad, and I am now in the process of building a computer to really get everything rolling with Photoshop and Lightroom. So anyways, I'm not super good at talking while editing, just because I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. But I figured I could just throw something together. Just, that's too much. That's all right. Just figured I could throw something together while I'm editing, and I might have time to put this up tonight or something, or maybe early in the morning. These pictures are from a show that was recently at the Koenigsegg dealership. It was a Christmas show, and as I scroll through at the beginning of this video, you can see they really had a lot of really good vehicles that you don't see all the time, hardly ever even, some of them. So it was quite fun, but we also got pretty sick vehicles like these. Let's see. I'm gonna do some sneaky edits here. There's a lot of new features since even my last editing video that I put up. So you're gonna see, some tips and tricks just as I do things. There we go. You see this windshield back here is purple. That's something, someone was telling me about the heating elements they put in different windshields that make them purple. You'll see it a lot on Rolls Royces and Bentleys. This is a Jaguar, it has it. A lot of Mercedes will have it. I don't like that, mostly because when you look at it with your eyes, it's not purple. It's when you take pictures of them, the polarizer on your camera will make it purple. So sometimes I try to nix that, but with blue cars, yeah, you're gonna see how much color fade there is in just taking out that purple. So I'm gonna knock it down just a little bit, and then bring that up a little bit, and then to try to mitigate that, bump up the blue just a little bit. I don't know if that made it any better, maybe not, but yeah, it does something. So a picture went from this to this. When I'm editing multiple pictures kind of that were all taken at the same time in the same location, I do like to, for efficiency's sake, do a little bit of this where I copy my preset and then I paste it over to another picture. Once it loads, there we go. And even if I don't keep everything that I've done, it gives me kind of a base point to, I know some things are already done, I don't have to touch them again, and I just have to kind of go in and fine tune it for this specific picture. Obviously the masking doesn't translate. I could select it so that the masking translates, but I usually don't because it gets a little bit confusing and you're usually trying to mask different things and it's not always the same sort of deal. Shadows are gonna bump up more. Highlights down more. Sometimes I've struggled in the past with highlights like this. And what I used to do when I started out editing, I used to try to bump that down to, like, I'll just show you an example, like as little as possible. Like, not the whole picture, but I would do like this specific area, I would try to bump it down all the way like this. Just because I wanted to see the whole car, properly exposed. But that's actually like the point. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, reflections look good because when you look at a car, that's sitting out on the road like this, it has those reflections. And so I always try to edit as close to what you see with your eyes as possible, and maybe a little bit, better. So some of the quality is a little bit better, and the contrast is obviously a little bit better. And you're gonna get a lot of control with dehaze. You can see if I bump this up all the way, you can see. And if you are not like super into editing and you don't do editing a lot, I do editing now. 7, 8, 9 hours a week, solid. Actually, probably more than that. I don't know. I do a lot of editing. I do a lot of different things, so it's hard to keep track. But I do a solid amount of editing. I forget where I was going with that tangent. I think I was gonna say something about your editing style will evolve, and you'll start making different decisions, and that's fine. That's part of the progression of editing. I'm sure I'll come back and watch this in a couple years and be like, oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I just do this? Or what have you. But also a lot in my older videos you'll have seen, if you go back and watch any of them, I'm gonna keep them up, even though my style I think has evolved and I've gotten a lot better at what I do since then. It's always important to see the growth. No one starts at the top, everyone's got to start somewhere, and I think it's important to see and also show kind of that evolution. So anyways, you'll see my earlier videos, a lot of my editing videos were strictly like I did one picture basically for the entire video, was just one pictures worth of editing. But I do not have the time anymore now that I do this full time. When I first started the YouTube channel, I was doing photography still as a hobby. I was doing it a lot as a hobby. Like I was doing it like all the time, like on a weekly basis, but it was still just a hobby. I had a regular job. I worked, 40 to 70 hours a week, depending, in landscaping. And at the beginning of this year, I got the opportunity to switch from landscaping and do photography full time, or switch careers altogether. And I decided, what, it might not be the most practical thing, but I'm gonna try to make a run at this editing thing, photography thing, and I'm gonna see how far I can get just on doing what I love and editing and photography. So I hopped to that. It was a little bit bumpy in the beginning. It was a pretty rough transition for me, but now I am getting to do what I love every single day, and it's just been a fantastic ride. So anyways, I'm a full-time freelance automotive photographer now, and that comes with its pros and cons. But for me, since I love cars so much, it is mostly pros, very few cons, other than just not having time for anything at all, ever. Which is fine, because the time I do have is spent doing stuff like this. Not only editing these pictures, but also taking these pictures in the first place. And that's really cool. So I'm still getting used to these new masking features. They were only recently added. But I can be a little bit sneaky with them, and I have been trying to kind of learn the tricks of how to be sneaky with them. There might be easier ways to do this, but as far as I know, for now, at where I am, this is kind of how I do what I do. Subtract the subject, and then invert that to only get the bottom of the car. Bumping up the highlights to try to even out the whites. You can see how the whites, like especially in here, get like a lot more gray. Just because of how light works. It's a little bit annoying to try to edit white cars. I actually hate white and black cars. Are the two, like, I don't, if I can avoid it, I will not shoot white and black cars. Obviously, if there's a, if there's a paying client, obviously I'm not going to discriminate, but if I can help it, I don't shoot white and black cars, because I just do not, it's so much more editing work than most other cars, just because whites tend to turn into grays and blacks do all sorts of things. They're hard to light. What am I doing? Yeah, okay, that's a lot better. I'm gonna bring up a wave from the bottom. Just give myself something else to work with. Everything's already checked. The effects, actually I'm gonna that works. And you are gonna bump up. And colors, I'm gonna knock you down, knock you up. That didn't sound right. And that'll be that. I also want to bring out, it's important to highlight the yellows on the Lotuses, really emphasize what they are. Lotuses are, I feel in general in the car community, underappreciated. That is in part due to the fact that there's very few of them out there. But even so, let's be kind to our Lotus friends and really make that stand out. That's a lot better. Oh boy, sorry about that. I swear it's not COVID. I'm gonna bump this more blue, actually. Not too blue, but enough. Yeah, that works. One more trick. And you might not be able to see a difference, but trust me, I will. I'm just gonna... Alright, on to the next. What are we doing next? Sean. Let's do Sean. This is a common iPad editing software kind of thing that happens. I'll show you in just a second after I frame this up how I want it. I don't know if you know what? Oh, you can see it up here in there. There it goes, went away. Never mind, huh? You probably won't understand anyways. Pasting in this scenario did not work to my advantage. It's a little bit better, but not enough. So in a situation like this, well, usually I'll actually go in, cancel. Usually I'll go in and actually like do everything like manually. But sometimes it's way faster to just go into your presets and see if there's anything close and then try to add some style to it. So I think I have some black car specific ones that'll work, yeah, at least for a base. Oh, that's interesting. If I added a whole bunch of yellow in there, that looks pretty nice. No, 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 no. Rain Man. Rain Man 2. No, too green. Sunrise. Sunrise isn't bad. Okay, so I'm liking the yellow hits. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it manually, but I'm gonna take what I learned from my presets to influence my edit. So first and foremost, I always bump it all the way up and then like slowly work it down until I'm happy. Same with this, bump it all the way down and then work it up until I'm happy. Might not be the most efficient, but it's how I do it. Whites are your friends. That's nice. Bump you down. Cool. Clarity. It's gonna go high for this one. Might have to de-sharpen it, blunten it, that's not a word. Mask it, for sure. And then, before I forget, we're going to bump down the texture. That's good. Dehaze. I used to use vignette on almost every picture. See, that didn't look too bad, but recently I've pretty much not done it at all. Let's see if I can get some more of these tricks going. And believe it or not, that is not the one I wanted to do. Not yet, at least. I want to do this. Then, woo. Then this. Then subtract the subject. And then invert it. And we are actually gonna do some more subtracting here. Brush, get rid of y'all. Just super rough. Not looking for perfection here. Just gonna do what I do and try to do it well. All right. And just gonna bump down this. Nice. Okay. So that's already looking a lot better. You can see the lines a lot more. And then I'm gonna do the opposite to the bottom half of the car. So we go linear, take it to about there, bring up the fade, and then subtract the subject. And then we're gonna invert that subtraction. And I'm not gonna adjust all that back there. That's okay, that can stay. And I'm gonna bump up the exposure just a tad. That's cool. That works. Yeah. What did I want to do? Oh yeah. So I'm going to take my influence from the presets and I'm just going to slowly work up the warmth. Not too much though. And that looks really good. And then I'm going to go in and I think I'm going to adjust my greens to make them a little bit more yellow. Try to give it a decent background. Bump up my yellows. And then I'm going to do some orange. And then, might be unexpected, but experience pays off in these things. You just find the things that work, even if they don't make any sense. Gonna actually leave this one out. I'm not gonna invert this one. And then I'm gonna bump down the saturation, bump up, and there we go. Before, after, I think it looks a lot better. Just gonna do one more little move here. Subtract. Invert. And there we go. Done. Who's next? Let's do this. And then that might be it for this video, just because then I gotta put this together and post it. And then I've got other work, of course, to actually work on. This is for leisure. Okay, so if we're going parallel, like this is accurate, like this is straight up and down, like this was parked on a hill. But I'm willing to have the building maybe not be that sideways, but be more sideways in the background to get some more flat car. And it's extreme, but it is what it is. So as I was saying, these pictures I'm editing right now for leisure. It'll be fun to share them with the guys, but you know, they're not client pictures. I actually have a backlog of more than 20 sessions of not necessarily client pictures, but pictures that I do need to get edited. And that will be most of my day tomorrow, is slicing through those. And anyways, this is for fun right now. I do enjoy editing. I don't always get to do it just for fun, but I do occasionally, and I figured I would share it while I was doing it. Yeah, that works. It's already punching more. I love these cars. Absolutely love them. I was so excited the first time I saw one of these, and I still get excited when I see them. There's not a whole lot of them around. I think in the Charlotte area that I've counted, and this one right here is from Charleston, so it's not a Charlotte area one. But in the Charlotte area, there's about 7 or 8, and I pretty much know who owns which ones. There's a couple that I've seen very recently that I'm not exactly sure who the owners are, but believe you me, I will find out. All right. And sorry again, I used to be a lot better at making conversation while editing, but now I'm in the zone. I need to actually focus on what I'm doing. Otherwise otherwise I won't do it too well. Yeah, actually I forgot. This'll help. There we go. And I'm gonna pull one of these out as well. Stop. Yeah. Again, there's probably a faster way of doing this, and I'll probably look back at some point in the future and question myself, but this is the way I do it right now. It's what I know, so it's what I'll do. Again, I'm not an expert. Yes, I do this for a living, but I know there's a lot I need to learn still, and I'm excited to learn it, so. Alright, it's looking pretty good. I might bump up the color just a bit to complement the green. Yeah, I like that. Nope, wrong one, right one. Cool. And then one more thing, which I think will just make it pop a little bit more. Invert. And bring that down. Bring that. And there we go. Alright, y'all. Thanks for tolerating me rambling while I do some random leisure editing. These were the 5 photos we did, and I think they look pretty good, so yeah. Actually, while we're here, I'll show you again just this kind of copy-paste approach to multiple pictures taken at the same time in the same place. See how quick that was? And that's pretty much all I'll do to this. I mean, I might give it a sweep of bright up under the nose here where there's a lot of shadow. So you'll be getting super technical with this one. And there it is. And actually, you know what? One more thing for this one. This is more purple showing. The interior is purple as well as the caliper. Yeah, that looks great. Nice. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming along.